welcome back. Today we'll be playing a game called Slay the Princess. Or will it be? I'm not even sure myself. But what's sure is that it might be a bit disturbing. Content warning, this is a horror game and it is not intended for all audiences. Please visit the website if you need a full list of content warnings. The flickering image effects as well as the parallax effects. Hey, that on rare occasions has caused motion sickness in players. If either of these cause health issues for you, you can disable them in the game's preferences. Whatever horrors you may find in these dark spaces, have hearts and see them through. There are no premature endings, there are no wrong decisions, there are only fresh perspectives and new beginnings. This is a love story. Oh, how cute. I like to... Be weird for a second. And here we go. No, it's fine. Controls, should we? Shift A. Oh, that's a lot. Do we care? Of course not. Yeah, as expected, we can't load anything. But this is Slay the Princess. Hi. Really? Our hand looks a bit weird. But chapter 1, the hero and the princess.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
We have a narrator now. I don't really need to read anything. That's alright, I guess.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Wait, when he says slay, like she's slay, like she's so cool, or something more bloody? Yeah, no. So funny. Oh, choices. Save. Okay. Explore the end of the wall. What are you talking about? Okay. Have you considered that maybe the only reason is going... Oh, that's a lot. And maybe the only reason she's going to end the wall is because she's locked up. Killing a princess seems kind of bad though, isn't it? Can't someone else do this? Forget it, I'm not doing this. Have you considered that maybe I'm okay with the wall ending? Do I get some sort of reward for doing this? Oh, okay. Thanks for telling me what to do. Sweet, I've always wanted off a monarch. Viva la revolución.
I'm talking about the end of everything as we know it. No more birds, no more trees, and perhaps most problematically of all, no more people. You have to put an end to her.
But how can the princess locked away in the basement and the wall? Maybe she's going. Or she's dangerous, I'm not going to kill her. You have any evidence to back this up? Yeah.
Look, you're
want
already
evidence.
on the path that leads to the cabin. Why would you be here if it weren't to complete a very important task? You've made it this far, you might as well reach the end of your journey.
What if I don't believe you? How can she end everything?
Linger on the specifics. You have a job to do here. Just get in there and do what needs to be done. We're all counting on you.
I'm counting on myself too, but not sure why, and what for.
Does it? Are you a monarchist? Is slaying a princess that much worse than slaying a fisherman or a miller or a seamstress? If anything, slaying a princess is much better than slaying a seamstress. Seamstresses contribute something of value to society.
Well, that depends on the princess now. I mean,
Oh, if only that were the case. But I don't make the rules.
and so do I.
I have to say, I'm surprised at your reluctance thus far. But unfortunately for the both of us, you're the only one who can pull this off. Like I said, I don't make the rules, no matter how much I wish I did. Are you serious? No, you have to do it.
Have you considered that maybe I'm okay with the world ending?
Of course I haven't. Why would I even consider that? Nobody wants the world to end. I mean, maybe some people do, like nihilists, or very, very evil people, but surely you're not one of those.
Are you sure about that? Oh. Who knows? You get some sort of reward for doing this.
Yes, but you'll have to slay her before you get it. It's a secret, but I think you'll like it. It's
What
a
kind of
special
reward?
one, just for you. And whatever you think it might be, I can promise you it's going to be even better than your wildest imagination.
You see, my imagination is kinda crazy, actually. Have you considered that maybe the only reason?
While
Yeah.
I appreciate, nevertheless, let me assure you, the princess is locked up because she's dangerous. She is not dangerous because she's locked up. And before you decide to waste even more of our time by asking how I know that, let me suggest a more pragmatic lens through which to view this situation. Causality doesn't matter here, because the end result is the same no matter what led us up to this point. If the princess leaves the cabin, the world will end, and there is no changing that. It's no use arguing semantics over a metaphorical chicken or egg, because the egg is hatched and it's about to ruin everything. Unless, of course, you do your job and slay her.
Okay. Not this one. This one. You can see the date here, by the way. So yes, it is Halloween for now.
Seriously? You're just going to turn around and leave? Do you even know where you're going?
Yes, I definitely know where I'm going.
Somehow I doubt that, but fine. I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin.
Sure.
Good. What we're being asked to do here is wrong. Better to wash our hands of this whole situation than to take part in it.
True.
Ignore that annoying little voice. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
No, he's right. We shouldn't do something this evil.
That's strange. It looks like this path also leads to the cabin.
Oh, how convenient.
Everything's
Oh.
back on track again. Maybe the world can still be saved after all.
Actually, I didn't read this. We're gonna similar. Maybe the world can still be saved after all.
You're really keen on wasting everyone's time, aren't you? It's remarkably selfish, if you ask me. I've already outlined the stakes of the situation. If you don't do your job, everyone dies. Like, dies. Forever.
Well, everyone dies in the end. Why would it be a problem?
Your silence is deafening. But fine, you turn around and trek back down the path you came.
Oh, the
Oh,
cabin.
Look at that. You're at the cabin again. Now, I'm not normally one for superstition or astrology, but I have to say, it seems like the universe itself is doing its best to bring you to your fated confrontation.
The
with
universe,
prince.
I see. Oh yeah? Well, I guess I start walking in a different direction. Again, in fact, I'm going to just keep trekking through the wilderness until I find a way out of this place.
There's always a choice. Let me tell you right now that you're making the wrong one for pretty much everyone who's ever lived, as well as for everyone who ever will.
I do whatever I want.
And here we go. As you trudge into the woods, something strange starts to happen.
Kevin is here. This time?
At first, it's little flickers out of the corner of your eyes, glimpses of familiar wooden structures through the leaves. But as you focus on your surroundings, you start to realize that those flickers weren't just a trick of light.
It's a lot of cabins.
In every direction, there is a path and a cabin. And not just a cabin, the cabin. An infinite fractal of paths and cabins desperately trying to draw you back to where you need to be. Wait, what's going on?
Oh no,
Too
man.
stubborn for that, aren't you? It doesn't matter how many paths or cabins appear around you, you're just going to do whatever you can to
Infinite amount
shirk
of
your
cabin.
responsibility
Well,
because
of
you
the
care
same
more
cabin.
about irritating me than you do about the fate of the world.
Can I mess up this wall now? Can you explain more about what's happening?
You've doomed us all, you know that, right? But of course you do. Otherwise you wouldn't just wander off into the forest in search of certain death.
Indeed, my friend.
You lose track of just how long you spend aimlessly tromping through the wilderness. But it's not like any of that time spent lost in the woods really matters, because it isn't long before the world ends and everyone dies.
The two, a stranger.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Wait, why am I... Okay, this is for chapter 2. Maybe I shouldn't. It's a load page now. Yes. I mean, if we're at the chapter 2, I guess we may lose things. Okay, look. I'll go to the cabin and I'll talk to her. And if she's as bad as you say, she's then maybe I'll slay her. But I'm not committing to anything until I've had the chance to meet her face to face.
I guess we'll just have to see what happens. But a word of warning. If you go in prepared to hear her out, she could easily trap you in her web of lies. And the more you listen to her honeyed words, the harder it'll be to pull yourself out. Then each and every one of us is doomed. So sure, go, talk to her. See how that turns out for all of us. You make
Sure.
your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within.
October 23rd.
We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them.
Are you really a hero? We have clothes.
Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about. The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table, Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
It feels actually pretty great to not read every text. I mean, it's pretty relaxing for me now. Even this little music is kind of, well, relaxing too. Time to save again. Do we take the blade or not? Well, I mean, she's just a princess. I think we'll need it. Maybe we should...
The door to the basement creaks open,
Okay, then war.
revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an
Surely.
unseen light in the room below.
Can end the wall, maybe.
This is an oppressive
Well,
place.
it's late.
The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice softly carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
Hello.
It's hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life.
You think?
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. You're playing a dangerous game by coming here unarmed.
I'm here to save you, or I'm here to save you, but with a lie.
Don't
Hi.
be a stranger. It's been so long since I've had any visitors. Please, come downstairs.
Well,
You
Hello.
walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone? I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
I'm thinking.
Hi. Do you think you can get me out of these chains?
Let's talk a bit first.
Okay.
I mean, why do you have chains? What's your name?
Oh,
She pauses, carefully formulating her words before she responds.
you can address me as Your Royal Highness. Or you can just call me Princess if Your Royal Highness is too formal.
Is Princess her name or her title? What if it's both? Could you imagine being named Princess Princess?
Well, you are, for example, the voice of the hero. Is hero your name or your job?
Like I said,
Is Princess your
you
name?
can call me Princess if you'd like. I'm sorry, I've been down here so long, I guess I've just forgotten. I must have a name, though. Everyone has a name.
Okay, that's weird. She hadn't even thought to pick a name for herself. Hopefully, you're starting to see that she can't be trusted.
What's even
Go back upstairs,
Weirder.
get the blade, and slay her before it's too late.
What's even weirder is that it's been a long time that, well, she had these chains, but she's still fine. Well, maybe a bit tired, but I mean, muscle seems to be alright, and seems to be hungry or thirsty.
I don't see what that has to do with anything.
No, it's only fair, you see.
This is the only time this is ever going.
We're just
Okay, but actually,
What has she been eating? She has to eat, right? True. So much text. I don't know anything about you. For all I know, you locked up down here for a reason.
Of course I'm locked up down here for a reason.
And what is?
I don't actually know what that reason is, but you don't just stuff a princess in a basement and throw away the key without there being some sort of an explanation, right?
You
Real.
have all the explanation you need, and you should know better than to trust whatever she comes up with. The princess hesitates.
What are we
before
going to do
responding.
if I release you?
She doesn't know. She's been down here too long to have any idea of what she'd do in another life. She knows what she'd do. She's just searching for whatever answer she thinks you want to hear.
Are you looking for the truth, or are you looking for the right answer? Because with the dynamic we have going on here, I don't think the specifics of what I do really matter. It's not like you'd believe me.
Let's be kind for now.
You're only making this more difficult.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'll be releasing you. I don't really know any specifics, but I'll believe you for now.
You're making a huge mistake. No, you're doing the right thing. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
How? Why is only one hand and chain?
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
I'm going to check upstairs. Maybe the key is still lying around somewhere up there. And if not, maybe I can at least find something to break you free.
Okay. I'll be here. Good luck.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place. Is someone else here? You try the door, but it's locked from the outside. Your shouts and pleas are met with silence. You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done. You make your way to the bottom of the stairs.
Sorry, but
This
I
would have
can't
been so
seem to
much
be able to do
easier
anything.
If you'd just taken the blade like you were supposed to. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
She barely hesitates before raising her
Ew.
arm to her mouth, her teeth tearing through her limb with the determination of a trapped wolf.
Oof.
As she rips her flesh from her bone, a sound comes from behind you, the clang of bouncing metal. It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here, but if there's a time to... Or we could use it to free her. You won't like what happens if you do that.
Let's save her.
Fine.
I'm very curious, actually.
Against your better judgment, You place the blade against the ragged, self-inflicted wound on the princess's arm.
Why do we look
just above
like
the
a
unyielding
lizard?
chain binding her to this place. You cut into her flesh.
Disgusting. Oh, look, we have a knife. Schlicky, schlicky.
The blade is sharp, and it takes little effort to crack through the bone of her arm.
Ah, disgusting.
Her limb falls to the ground, and the heavy chains follow suit. She didn't so much as utter a sound through the whole ordeal. No, she didn't. She smiles softly as her gaze meets yours, blood from her wounded arm dripping rhythmically
You
to the
disgust
ground.
me.
How is she still smiling after everything?
Maybe she's
It's like
just
she isn't
too
even
happy
bothered by what just happened.
to get out of here.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I can't just let her escape into the world. As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises
What?
the blade.
No.
Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
What are you doing?
I can't do anything.
Stop that.
Something's come over you, hasn't it? You know you don't have to do this, right?
Your body lunges forward, the blade held low, ready to sink into her heart. But the princess dodges, stumbling back against the wall before the blade has a chance to connect.
Huh, strange. Anyway,
Stop it! Stop trying to resist me. I'm trying to get you out of here alive. The blade! Move the blade!
resist.
As your body remains frozen in stubborn resistance, the princess takes a cautious step forward.
We both know this isn't you.
Well, you don't really know me. I may be crazy.
She nervously reaches towards you and takes the blade from your infuriatingly rigid hands. What are you doing?
I'm sorry. I'll try to be quick.
She plunges it into your chest,
It
tearing
hurts.
through flesh and sinew. It is agony. But you aren't dead yet.
Oh no! I'm so sorry.
Stay strong. We can tough it out until it's done. For her sake.
For her
Don't you
sake,
start
yes.
pretending that dying a painful death is some sort of heroic gesture. The two of you have literally doomed everyone. Whatever. She sinks the blade into your chest again and again and again, and you feel
You're not really
every
good at this.
inch of burning pain
Just need
that
to aim for the
slices its
heart.
way into your body.
Or my throat.
I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry.
She doesn't know how to use a knife, does she? Apparently not, though it doesn't matter how sloppy her knife work is, does it? A stab wound is still a stab wound, and it won't be long before you bleed out.
I'm so sorry.
With one last thrust of the knife, your legs give out beneath you. You collapse to the floor, your blood pooling around you, your limbs unresponsive. The princess stares down at your ruined chest as tears carve rivulets of pink down her blood-spattered cheeks. It can't just end like this, right? Oh, that's rich coming from you. As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. The two of you made your choice. It's over. Everything goes dark, and you die. You're on a path in the wood.
That's a different chapter too. Oh, I remember something. I actually watched trailer or short video about it.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
I'm getting a terrible sense of déjà vu.
A terrible sense of deja vu? No, you don't have that. This is the first time either of us have been here. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
Yes, he didn't approve of us last time, did he? If we're going to save our beloved, we'll have to be sneaky about it.
Our beloved? Yes, you'll have to be very sneaky about your intentions if you're going to try and save the princess.
Thank you, narrator.
Ah, so all of the cards are on the table. Then you should know
Yay,
that
more
we
voices.
and the princess are in love, and the four of us will be foiling any and all assassination attempts you've got in the works.
4 of us.
We'll see about that.
We're
Whatever
free.
you do, just be sure to ignore him specifically. It sounds like he's the sort who'd sacrifice the whole world for a peck on the cheek.
Oh
What can I
yeah.
say? A world without love is a world that isn't worth saving.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat.
We already told you we're not playing along with your little game. It's your lies that can't be trusted. Her beauty is the only thing in the world we can believe in.
I think we've already been over this. I'm pretty sure he just likes the sound of his own voice.
I do,
Me too.
but I also speak from the heart. My passions are too great to be stifled. They must be expressed.
Sure, yeah, your passions are strong and all, but not everyone needs to hear them. Some things are better kept quiet. Don't pay their bickering any mind. Focus on the task ahead. The interior of the cabin is clean and elegant,
Oh,
its stone
it's
walls
different.
draped in fine-threaded tapestries, a prison befitting a royal prisoner. The only furniture of note is an ornate wooden table with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. That's because there isn't a mirror. There's a table, the blade sitting on the table, and the door to the basement. There's nothing else in here. There's definitely a mirror. There isn't.
I'm sure the princess would tell us there was a mirror if she were up here.
In which case she'd be lying to you because, again, there isn't a mirror.
That's a great idea. We have to make sure we're looking our best before we save her.
We shouldn't waste time preening. If he is lying about the mirror, it might be important. I'm not lying to you. Use your eyes. There is no mirror. Why would I lie about something so meaningless? What good would it even do? You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. This really isn't funny. You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now, but it was there a second ago.
And now it's gone. Pity. We could have a feather out of place, and now we'll never know.
Or
Can't
strange.
gallantly sweep her off her feet if we have a feather out of place.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an intricate stairwell. Gold-trimmed carpet glimmers in the light of the torches positioned along the walls. The basement almost seems welcoming in the dim firelight, but it's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. A soft voice carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
Voice sounds different.
Her voice. It's somehow even more beautiful than last time. I can hear wedding bells already.
I've held my
Think so?
tongue till now, but you're taking this a little too far. We barely even know the princess.
We can still do right by her without all this over-the-top fawning.
Yes, for everyone's sake, you're not in love. Just remember that her charms are
Right.
all part of the manipulation.
We'll see, we'll see.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall.
My love, we're here to rescue you from your unjust and foul imprisonment.
You know she can't hear you, right?
She may not be able to hear my words, but surely she can hear my spirit.
Oh, your spirit's plenty loud, all right.
It's you, my dashing hero. I was so worried you wouldn't come back.
Come back. Remember
Do you
me?
hear that? She said we're dashing.
And she called us a hero. Flattery really goes a long way with the two of you, doesn't it?
I'm really suspicious about this whole situation.
Waiting for you to come back. I didn't want to believe your ravings back in the woods, but this is next to incontrovertible evidence. You've been here before.
That's right, villain, and you killed us. Well, she killed us. Only because he made us try and kill her. It was self-defense. Our beloved's hands remain unstained by cruelty.
And you've died before. So an entire world has been damned to oblivion. I'd really hoped I'd be the first, but what's done is done. What matters is you have a chance to do it right this time. We damned a whole world, but everything reset. Nothing resets, you're just somewhere else. You can't keep hopping between worlds forever, especially not without leaving a trail of incomprehensible devastation behind you. This is horrible.
Horrible for you, maybe, but we've been given another opportunity to sweep her off her feet and treat her like the lady she is.
Now, hold on. If she actually ended a world, are you sure we want to do this? Are you sure we want to rescue her?
Oh, we're not sure even how she can end a world to begin with.
We never saw a world end, and now I'm even more certain that we must chase our heroic and romantic
Well, I'm not
destiny than I've
exactly
ever
like
been.
him, but I do
I shan't
believe
let
that.
anyone convince us otherwise.
Well, now she's innocent for me.
Listening to him. He's lost it. Don't let him distract you. Just do your job.
You died, and now we're talking.
Yay. What? That's all?
I don't know. Was I supposed to have ended the world? Would that have made you happy?
Isn't that just like our darling princess? She wants to make us happy. My heart melts further with every word that passes through her beautiful lips.
Are you listening to her? That's a confession.
Then I didn't end the world.
Well,
See, she didn't confess anything. She is innocence itself.
I don't know what to think
Not so
right
sure.
now. Anyway,
Rescue her? What are you talking about? Did you forget that she's a world-ending monstrosity? And even if you wanted to unleash her onto the world, despite the complete moral disaster that would be, you'd have to get her out of those chains.
Good luck with that. Don't you see how dainty her hands are? We'll be able to slip her out with ease.
No, she's a prisoner here. You can't just slip her hand through the chains. If her hand
True.
could just slip out of the chains, why hasn't she done it already?
Because we've yet to present her with her freedom.
that's dumb as hell. Let's
I'm
go.
not sure I follow.
Would you rather believe me, a passionate heart guided by love and my own good nature? Or would you rather believe the devil on your shoulder who tells you what you can and cannot do?
You do pretty much the same.
I think I'd rather believe in facts.
Yes.
Ah, so you're one of those empiricists. One of us has to be. Then let me show you a brand new truth. Narrator, we courageously step forward and
Courageously?
free our beloved from her bindings. No, I can't let you do that. If you take another step towards the princess, I'll... You'll what? Take over our body and force us to try and kill her? I would if you had a weapon. Not on my watch, villain. My passions contain titanic depths, and if you try anything that might harm our dearest, I will end our life without a second thought. You wouldn't. I would. I'd listen to him if I were you. He has a lot of strong feelings. And doesn't the world end if we don't stop her?
Really?
Approach the princess and gingerly slide her hand from her bindings.
That's so dumb.
Shouldn't have worked. I'll be damned. We're doomed. I can't believe it. But I guess I have to. I told you, there's no life more worth living than that of a true believer.
I'm free, and you're not trying to kill me this time. Thank you. Thank you so much.
The princess jumps up and smothers you in a joyful embrace.
Ugh.
Ugh. If only you had a weapon, one slip of the wrist and your pristine blade would be buried in her back, and everyone out there would be saved. Luckily for Mr. Romance, we don't have a weapon. Who needs a weapon when we have the power of love on our side?
What do we do now?
Let me guess. End the world? Spoken with the rank cynicism of someone
What
who
do
has
you want to
never
do?
felt love in his heart.
I don't actually know. Nobody's ever asked me what I wanted before. I mean, you sort of did last time, but this is different.
She doesn't even know what she wants. You may have had her all wrong. What if this whole thing is just a misunderstanding? What if she doesn't want to end the world? You're so gullible. Is the only thing you've ever
That's my
doubted
second name.
actual truth?
I think I want to leave, and I think...
The princess closes her eyes in deep reflection, and then she shrugs.
I don't know. What do you want to do?
Oh no. Rest. Drink something. Watch a movie. Princess. Watch a bard. Playing songs. Let's just leave for now.
Sounds perfect.
The princess takes your hand, the last hopes of the entire world slipping through your fingers as they intertwine with hers. We have each other. We don't need the world for our happy ending. I like to think that you do, actually. Look, I have my doubts, but the choice has been made and this is happening. You don't have to mope about it. I will mope about it, because moping is the only recourse you love-blind fools have left me with. You and the princess walk up the stairs hand in hand. Ugh, look at the way she's smiling at you. She doesn't have to be so happy about this. And what happens after we walk up the stairs? Let's see. Oh, isn't that interesting? The door slams in your face and the lock clicks. That's a familiar move. Did I do that last time? Then you should know that you won't be able to leave.
Oh no! Did someone lock us in here? That's not fair! We're supposed to leave now.
She's right. It isn't fair. But the unfairnesses of the world are no match for the strength of true love. Enough with this true love nonsense. You just met her.
True.
Of course you wouldn't understand.
It's funny.
Our
Whatever.
passions run deeper than anything you
Tell me
will ever
more.
know.
You Smeden.
Are you listening to this? You don't have to go along
Love
with the
struck.
every whim of that delusional voice.
I'm just along for the ride at this point.
Oh yeah, my bro.
Okay, yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it together.
Like a pair of teenagers in love, you and the princess place your hands on the door together.
And
Lock clicks. The door creaks open. Are you kidding me?
Let's go.
I told you our love was insurmountable.
You and the princess make your way upstairs, and the blade. That's right. There's still a chance for you to do the right thing.
No,
Take the
no.
blade from the table and slay her before it's too late.
Oh no, what will happen if we actually do this?
You take the blade from the table, turning its tip towards the unsuspecting princess.
Wait. No. You barbarian, what are you
God.
doing?
But you ignore the pleas of the foolish little voice and strike. The princess's eyes grow wide with terror as the blade falls, but she does absolutely nothing to stop you. Your blade pierces her heart.
Okay, I feel bad now.
She-
Whatever. Let's change my mind.
You're enjoying this, aren't you? You're taking every opportunity you can to draw out the end of the world and...
That's the way out. We're going to leave together, just like you wanted.
Yes, I suppose you are going to do that, aren't you? You cross the
Bit
room,
of violence.
opening the door to the cabin. And then you step outside.
A happy ending at last.
Yay, got an achievement.
We did it. What should we do now?
Where did everything go?
What's happening?
Where did he go?
Oh, is he gone? I hadn't noticed. I was too busy staring deep into our beloved's eyes.
I'm cold. Is being happy supposed to be so cold?
She's cold. Quick, our feathers. Pluck them all and weave her a coat worthy of a princess.
What the fuck? You don't get a chance to make the jackets. Something has taken her away and it's left something else in her
She's
place.
gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And is that a mirror? Why is it here? Why now? I'm begging you, don't do this.
Let's approach the mirror.
This doesn't feel right. It feels different. Final. Yes. I fear that we won't like what we'll see. What if we just sit here and dream for a while? That can't hurt.
The voices feel small, distance as you approach. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone, but the mirror remains. It's time for you to see what's in it. It's you. You are alone in a place that is empty. It is quiet here. You are at the cabin.
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
What are you?
I am solitary lights in an empty city. What are you?
I don't know what I am.
I think that you are like me. We are oceans, reduced to shallow creeks.
you what sent me to slay the princess? Are you what dragged me here?
I have only just now stirred to consciousness. I could not have trapped you here, and I too yearn to be free. Yes.
The gift of a fragile vessel.
Nerves and fibers to feel the worlds beyond. Perspectives to make my own. This one is soft and delicate. You molded her to love you, and she'll make for a gentle heart. Do not mourn her. She has served her purpose. How can the
Is this
world
the
be
end?
ended if we are talking? You are the only thing I have ever known. The space we're in is vacant. Nothing comes here but us. I know only that they are.
Are you the princess?
She is part of me, and part of me is her. You speak in circles. Does it matter where one thing begins and another ends?
I don't know.
You are familiar, but you are not me. I feel sadness, longing, hope as I witness you.
What happens now?
Nothing, as we are, but I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them. There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to. Bring me more perspectives, so that I may be whole, and perhaps then we will know our freedom. Everything, until we meet again.
Full reset.
More than you have found, but less than there are to find. I am infinite. The rest will find their own way home. You ask of things that cannot be done. To destroy is merely to reshape, to remold. How can I know? I am flickers in something sprawling and unilluminated. She asks that I tell you to remember her. You won't.
Okay.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a
Rook
cabin.
slay the hero.
And in the basement
begin.
of that
What?
cabin is a princess.
The real slay the princess starts here.
You're here to slay her. Serious? Fine. Good. Ignore that. That's straight. You're silent, but fine. There's always at
We've already
first,
done
when
this.
you do, you lose track.
Okay, chapter 2, the stranger.
You're on a path in the woods.
What the
At
hell?
the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Should we try to do full achievements here? There's 97 achievements. That's a lot of them, and we only got 4 of them. Romantic haze, a loving vessel, the body, and the real Slay the Princess starts here. Interesting. Means that the mirror can actually appear during different playthrough, but not the love. Yeah, okay, heading to the cabin now where I'm definitely going to slay that princess. If I can't run away from the cabin, then I'm just staying here in the woods forever.
Oh, that's clever! A little boring, though. It's extremely boring. Can we really do that? Can we really just do
Nothing.
No, you can't just do nothing. You have to do something. Alright, so it's decided. Even if it's boring,
Oh, new
we're
voice.
going to do nothing forever. Congratulations, you continue to waste everyone's time and do nothing. Wait, can you still hear me?
It's the end.
What is that weird feeling? It's like I'm barely even here anymore. Well, it's not nothing, that's for sure. Does that mean we messed up?
Maybe, probably. The world around you is in the wound. Physical matter replaced by textured nothing. Find yourself in the long quiet once again. Memory returns. That's why I actually didn't change my save. There is a distant rumbling, the sound of many sounds. Undulations blows louder as something other comes close. You really know what dwells in the empty spaces. Feel a probe across the fabric of reality. Extremities find your consciousness and wrap themselves around it. You are no longer alone. Confusion. While you're here, I am unfinished. Resistance. Fingers grow close across the glass surface of your soul. Frustration. This vessel is full of you. It is useless to us. It doesn't bring more gifts. Force pushing against your will. No. You can go back. Not there. This wall is broken beyond repair. You must weave something new. A wagging thing, wagging. There's only so much thread in this place. Don't waste it. I am only salvation.
Your Honor,
I wonder what happens if... Oops. Oops. Well, anyway. We'll do that
The
later.
interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. You take
Let's
the blade
listen
from the
to
table.
the narrator.
It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
We're doing every
Door to the
route.
basement creaks
One that
open,
the narrator
revealing a
hates,
staircase
the
faintly
one that he
illuminated by
don't
an
want
unseen light in the
to
room
exist.
below. This is
and
an
now the one
oppressive
where
place.
we'll listen
The air
completely.
feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her, her voice carries a...
Who's there?
Different voice again.
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
It's like she already knows that we have a knife.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. Good. You're still listening to reason. walk down the stairs
I have a knife.
and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world? Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
You step forward,
I don't
your
talk.
grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
Oh? No talking then? Fine. What even makes you think you can kill me? I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it. So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this. You lunge forward without a moment's hesitation. You feel flesh easily give way and look down to see your blade already sinking deep into her heart.
Oh,
Well,
this is it, isn't it? I'm almost embarrassed. I should have seen that coming. But I have to wonder, do you actually believe this was enough to kill me?
what?
It's like she's convinced she can't die. Yes, even as she lays there dying, she entirely believes herself to be alive and well. But it's over, isn't it? She stopped breathing moments ago, that arrogant look still plastered on her face. But is it over? Really over?
Voices. Of course not, that was too easy. Of course it is. She's dead. I'm not sure, I feel like she has to have some kind of trick up her sleeve.
Yes, exactly.
Let's believe
It's
it.
over. With your work done, you make your way back up the stairs, closing the door to the basement behind you. Why do I feel like we've done something terrible? You did kill someone. Greater good or not, something would be very wrong with you if you didn't feel at least a little bad. But it was for the greater good. One of these days that will sink in and help ease your guilty conscience. But that day isn't today. Let's just get out of here. You open the cabin door, ready to return to a world saved from certain doom. Only, a world saved from certain doom isn't what you find. Instead, what you find is nothing at all. Where a lush forest stood mere minutes ago, the only thing in front of you now
Well,
is the vast emptiness
can you explain it,
of some
narrator?
place far away. What happened? Everyone is fine. It's just that you and the cabin are now far away from them. Don't worry. You'll be safe here. This is good. Everyone is happy. You'll be happy. This isn't an ending. In fact, now that the princess has been slain, endings are a thing of the past. No. This is the beginning of eternity. Your reward.
I see.
This is what's best for everyone. Trust me. Time passes. You can't be sure if it's days or months or years or even decades. It's all a wonderful, boring blur. You've never been happier. Psst. Hey, we're not just going to stay here forever, right?
Of
Really?
course we are.
Well, if you ever change your mind, just let me know, I guess. More happy time passes, though the word begins to lose its meaning. Time, that is, not happy. Happy still has plenty of meaning. Please, shake yourself out of it. We have to get out of here. The little voices' pleas fall on deaf ears. Eventually you pass into a blissful state of pure existence. Though words like eventually and pass ceased to have any meaning to you long before that shift, you simply exist. Happy. Forever.
Yay!
You have already committed to my completion. You cannot go further astray.
Are we
Happy?
really happy? Or is he just telling us that we are?
Well, believe. Maybe I'm not happy. Yeah. And I'm not just saying that because I get the last. I need salt too.
Because I have an idea to get us out of here, though you're probably not going to like it. The blade. We can use the blade to get out of this. I can hear everything you say, little voice. There's only one thing it would want you to use that blade on, and I'm afraid that thing is you, dear hero. He's right. It's the only way out. Do you hear that? It wants to take this happiness away from you. It wants this wonderful place to end. Do you not? There's more for us to do, and the only way for us to do it is to take that blade and use it. Don't you dare. How astute. You are absolutely correct. Using the blade to kill yourself would kill you.
Wow.
And you shouldn't do it. In a sense, we die, but looking at things from another angle, are we even really alive anymore? This place, it's nothing. It's absolutely nothing. It's just the same thing, constantly, forever. I know this is out there, but trust me, I know using the blade will work. That little voice didn't want you to slay the princess. It didn't want you to be happy.
You better be right about this thing together.
If we die, you can yell at me all you want.
Well, I can't yell if I'm.
I
Well,
made
anyway.
this happy little place for you. Is this not a good enough reward for saving the world? An eternity of bliss? You ingrate? Fine. Whatever. For the first time since time stopped meaning anything, you throw open the door to the basement and walk down the stairs. The princess's body is dust and bones, though the blade you used to slay her is still as pristine as the day you first held it. You pick up the blade, you stab yourself, and you die. The end. Nice knowing you. You're on a path. You're here to slay. My tricks? If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to... That's fine. It wasn't very hard to kill her last time. We'll just do it again. Well, if for whatever reason you're...
Yay.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie. She won't be.
Listen to this voice, the voice of the call.
The interior of the cab, the blade. It feels like now, like I've been saying. You take. You walk. What are you talking about? You reach forward and rub your. But there wasn't, and now it's gone. Let's not spend much longer worrying over it. Clearly, it's not even important. The door to the basement groans open, revealing an old banister and a creaky wooden stairwell. Everything is coated in a thick layer of dust, and you can feel it settle into your lungs as you breathe in the stale air. The very building itself feels dead. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. The room below is silent. Nobody's here. Naturally. As much as I appreciate the optimism, you shouldn't be so sure. I guess we'll just have to go down and see. As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view. A skeletal body, lying in a heap on the floor, its wrist still bound to the wall by a thick chain. Okay, she's definitely dead. It's just like I told you. Before you have a chance to finish your thought, the top of a head appears from underneath the floor. 2 deep-set eyes stare up at you, followed by a mischievous, skeletal grin. And finally, the rest of the body floats up to join the head.
What the hell?
Wait, this isn't right. What's going on here?
A ghost!
Oh. Wow.
Absolutely
How
terrifying.
absolutely terrifying.
What's a ghost supposed
What's a
to do
ghost supposed
to
to
us?
do to us?
Oh, it's you. Hiya, Keller. I was hoping to see you again. I have some issues with how our last meeting went.
Be fast,
The
I
princess
know.
drifts across the room into your orbit, gently running her fingers across your shoulders and down your neck as she circles you. Her touch is cold and ethereal, formless yet
You
real
still
enough
destroy
that
the
her
wall
icy
like that?
fingertips send shivers dancing across your skin. So she has a body, and she's right there. That means we could kill her again, if we wanted to. Without a moment's hesitation, you lash out with it. It's like you're slashing at air. No matter how many times you stab at her, no matter how many angles you strike from, all you manage to do is interrupt her form, the skin of your hand prickling with cold as it passes through, unable to find anything solid.
You're adorable when you're confused.
Oh, that's the wound I made.
But I didn't say you could touch me.
Well, it's not like I did.
Why are you even here? Just making sure you finish the job, or what?
Oh no. Let's talk a bit.
And if I knew you were going to murder me without even knowing who I was, I wouldn't have given you the chance. We all make mistakes.
I died too, and I'm not floating around like you are. What happened? Why am I different? Why are you
You
different?
don't look dead, Killer.
The princess grabs your wrist, a sudden shock of cold flowing all the way up your arm, her eyes still fixed on yours as you try to...
And you don't feel dead either.
She lets go and pulls away. Your fingertips tingle painfully as the chill subsides.
I'm less interested in why you are, or how you are, and a lot more interested in what you are. I've tried to leave on my own. Before you came back to me, I explored every inch of this place, even the spaces between the walls. But I never found a way out. I always wound up right back here. I just want to go home. I'm so cold and alone here. But you can come and go as you please, can't you? So, let me hitch a ride. After all, you owe me.
Absolutely not. Is she asking if she can possess us?
Will be pretty strange.
She is.
A bit
But
curious.
I hope I don't need to explain why you can't let that happen. It would be catastrophic if she managed to escape this place. And if you let her in, there is very little anyone could do to stop her. Would she be able to see us if we went along with it? Now, isn't that an interesting thought? We could finally bring her face to face with him. I wonder what she would have to say to the one who wants her dead so badly. You won't like how
Interesting,
things play out if you go
indeed.
down this path.
That's interesting. Let's do it.
The princess swims through the air in front of you, pausing for a brief moment as her dark-rimmed eyes stare deeply into yours. There's a hunger in her gaze.
Thanks for the body, Killer.
What are you doing? Don't just let her in. How many times do I have to tell you?
See you soon.
She rushes forward and then she's gone. A sharp chill spreads across your body. It starts in your chest, a freezing numbness flowing out from your heart all the way down your limbs, your mind growing cloudy and confused as it...
I'm not sure I like this. Can we get a do-over?
I'm afraid it's too late to stop now. The numbness gives way to a stabbing pain, your muscles twitching and convulsing violently, each involuntary movement causing more waves of agony to ripple across your body. You collapse to the floor, and everything goes dark.
Get up. You've still got a job to do.
Your eyes flick back open as you get your bearings, your vision swimming as...
So this is what it's like to be you, huh? Disembodied voice narrating your every move?
So, it doesn't work like that for you? Clearly it doesn't, or she wouldn't have commented on it.
All these shards of broken glass on the floor? Are they also supposed to be you?
Hey, I'm not a shard of broken glass. I'm
Yeah? Go on. Finish the thought. What are...
a voice? I'm me is what I am.
Who cares what we are? We exist. That's all that matters.
Do you have to deal with this annoying bickering all the time?
Yay! I'm not alone in my head.
No, it matters. What we are matters. If I'm a shard of broken glass, then that raises some questions about certain other voices in here too.
I'm clearly the same thing you are.
Hopefully they'll all go away once we leave this place. I don't know how you can tolerate all of this noise.
No, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about him. You don't need to know what I am. You just need to know that I'm different from you. More important.
So you're the one who pulled the strings and made me dead. I can tell you don't belong here. You're barely even there, like the shape of something left behind. You're more of a memory than a person.
More information. I like it.
That's rude.
You're kind of like me, actually.
I'm just going to ignore her. You push yourself off the ground. The princess is nowhere to be seen. Obviously she's nowhere to be seen.
Because I'm in here with all of you. Everybody knows that.
True.
I'm setting the stage. The room is empty because you made a spiteful, idiotic, and all-round foolish decision.
Oh, shut up. Stop trying to manipulate everyone. Or don't, actually. It doesn't really matter. Because you won't be around to do this for much longer.
This is infuriating. Just whatever you do, you can't leave this place. It's not too late to fix this. Probably.
Then don't think. Just move.
One way or another, this is all going to end. Wouldn't it be nice if he ends with it?
I guess we'll just have to see what happens when we leave. But if I'm stuck in here, I'll be making some renovations. It's too crowded.
Let's leave together. I'm getting curious.
Weary with the weight of the princess's spectral form and clumsy with the cold that still pervades them, stumble towards the stairs.
I'm just trying to get home. You don't have to act like it's the end of the world.
But that's exactly what you leaving this place is going to be.
You don't know that.
I do.
Wait, if she has a home to go back to, doesn't that mean that her leaving won't end the world?
It doesn't mean that at all. It could mean that wherever her home is, it's outside of the world.
Yeah, but it has to be somewhere, doesn't it? And if it's somewhere, then it's part of the world.
I suppose it's all a matter of perspective. Where does the world end and something else begin? Does the destruction of one open a door to another? Or is it the same world reborn? Against the backdrop of the inane conjecture of meaningless little voices, your body continues its ascent up the stairs, staggering through the open door. For how much you hate her, you aren't doing a whole lot to stop us from leaving this place.
It's because he can't stop me. Why do you think he sent you here?
I hate to admit it, but she's not wrong. It's just the weight of it all. It's too much for me to do anything other than describe and dictate. And whine. This body wasn't made to hold you and the princess. If you want to renege on your cataclysmically terrible decision a minute ago, well, you're the only one that can make that happen.
It's funny.
You continue slowly to the door, your feet like lead dragging across the floorboards, growing heavier with each step.
Finally! Finally!
And then the void, I guess.
You lift your shaking hand and rest it on the door handle, but you pause before you open it, exhaustion sapping what's left of your will. Was exhaustion really the best you could muster up? It's over. There's no use stalling.
Show
Let's
us.
see what happens next. Shit. But exhaustion wasn't enough, was it? The handle clicks as you twist it, and then the door groans open. Collapse to the ground, you and the princess, free from the confines of the cabin. As you exhale from the effort, you look up and see... yes?
Nothing. He's gone. And so is everything else.
So we did slay him after all. He had it coming, I suppose. But what about us? Are we just stuck here in nowhere forever? Did taking her out of the cabin really end the world? We're still here. Yeah, but that thing you said earlier, are we not part of the world anymore? Are we in some world that exists after the world ends, or on top of the other world but not in it, or have we never been part of the world?
Alright, let's see if I'm stuck with you forever.
You feel loneliness in your chest as a pair of sunken eyes emerge from your body and stare up at you.
Guessing not. All's well that ends well, right? You lived up to your end of the bargain, so I'll live up to mine. Thanks.
Don't mention it.
I think this is where I'm meant to be.
You don't get a chance to respond, nor will you ever. It's time to leave. Emery
She's gone.
returns.
Where did she go? And there's that mirror again. What? But it feels so bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything. You don't need to comfort it.
Well, I may not need it, but I like it.
Okay. If you say so, we'll trust you. Whatever makes you happy.
Silence as you reach forward. You're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, and you need to see what's in it. You've grown. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. You are at the cabin.
When I found you in the long quiet alone, I was terrified. What if you had decided to let me wither? But your commitment now is final. Your ability to walk the path of mutual annihilation is vanished with your return. If you still wish to obliterate me, it will have to wait until I am complete. Flickering lights and empty cityscapes become pockets of vitality and movement. I am more than I was before. Whenever you are ready, I will wipe your slate clean once again.
How much have you
Is a
changed?
child the same as an infant? I am an unbroken pattern, but every vessel gives fresh perspectives and carves new avenues of expression. I am different, but I am the same.
When I go back, it's as if an invisible wall closes around me. Why can I not do the same things I've done before?
Those paths lead to worlds you've already seen,
Oh,
and to perspectives I have
so
already
if I
known.
really did something, I can't do it
They are
again.
useless to us now, inaccessible. The only paths of value are those that are yet untread.
Interesting. Let's see. How does it
Eyes
feel to
closed in
change?
reflection, Perspectives meld together, and the breadth of my experience stretches to new corners. There are contradictions, conflicts in my nature, and there are familiarities that bind everything together. It feels correct. This is what I need to be. This is the only path forward. If I am to be an ocean, you have nurtured me into a pond. My waters are shallow and murky, and I yearn for more perspective.
I have an amber.
You will have your rest in due time, and I am sorry for the...
Okay, alright.
I will long for your return, but it will give me time to reflect on what I am. We will meet again.
I don't like this being the spectre to her.
You're on a path. You're here.
This noise. Shit.
The Yes, don't. Good. You walk down. I am.
Hi. Do you
You're only making this more.
Thank you.
You're making. No. You walk up. They're large and heavy.
I'm guessing.
Maybe it's stout.
Maybe there's some way to break the or if that doesn't work, I guess we can always cut me out of them.
She offers the suggestion with almost complete nonchalance. If we were stuck down here long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out if it meant we could finally be tempted. You make these easier for everyone.
I heard the door slam.
There's a slight.
If I could just...
She barely hesitates because she rips her. It's the ball. You won't. Without hesitation, you bring the blade down and plunge it into the princess's back. The wound drives her to the ground. Okay. There's no going back now. I'm with you to the end.
You bastard. Were you lying to me this whole time?
The princess pushes away from you, the motion ripping the blade from her back. Wounded, but still alive, she crouches on all fours in the corner of the room and meets your eyes with the ferocity of a cornered predator.
You've made a terrible enemy, and there's nothing in the world that can possibly save you from me.
I thought we had the upper hand, but it's as if she's barely even threatened by us. It's an act. She's wounded and unarmed. There's nothing she can do to hurt you. I'm not so sure. Don't waver now. As you ready your blade to deliver a lethal blow, she lunges at your legs with the same animal ferocity she used to tear at her arm. Your knife cuts into her again and again as you're tackled to the ground, your body racked with pain as she rips into you with tooth and... Forget about trying to rescue her. This is about survival now. Give her everything you've got. Though your nerves are seizing with pain, you know you've done your fair share of damage as well, your blade having left deep gashes in the princess's back. You seize a moment of hesitation to throw her off of you and shakily push her. We can still turn this...
I wonder what will happen if we give up.
Are you serious? That's what the princess, wounded but still alive, nervously jumps at the blade and kicks it far away from you before retreating into a dark corner of the room. Her shining eyes watch you from the darkness.
Ooh, I kinda like
unblinking
it.
And curious as you bleed out. We can only hope the wounds you managed to inflict will be enough to at least delay her escape from this place. If we're very lucky, they'll kill her before she can reach the outside world.
After all this time alone, I thought I'd finally found a friend, but you were just another monster, weren't you?
This is the end. Listen, before you can answer, everything goes dark. And
Beast.
Your Honor, you're here. A warning. She will lie, she will cheat as a cat.
I don't see why that matters.
She could have gotten out of there whenever she wanted to. We should trust nothing that she tells us, only what we hear and smell. That's a very
The voice of the
roundabout way
hunted.
of saying that you should listen to me and take this seriously. Maybe. The interior of the blade is your...
Mirror again.
And now it's gone.
She'll take the blade. We never know.
The air, she growls up.
I can smell you.
She sounds almost feral, impatient, or maybe eager. You carefully make your way down the stairs. The last step gives way to the damp
What
earth
the hell
floor of the
happened
starlit
here?
Pit. The walls are
It's worse
obscured
and
by
worse.
impenetrable darkness, giving the illusion that the room might stretch on forever. You brush against the wide leaves of plants that surround you on all sides, seemingly the only living things that occupy this strange underground wilderness. The jungle is pressing in on us, hiding her from view. She could be anywhere.
Well, she could be here too.
You see only
Oh,
a
yeah,
flash of the
ooh.
princess before she scurries away into the underbrush, dragging her heavy chain behind her. Remember, she's just a princess.
She is certainly not just a princess.
You're not helping. It doesn't matter what she is. It only matters what she does. Her shining eyes appear between the leaves, staring hungrily at you from the darkness.
I can hear your heart pounding from the bottom of the stairs, fledgling. You're right to be terrified. I'm so much more than you. And a little splinter clutched in trembling hands won't save you from me.
A shiver rushes up your spine and pulls you upright. The air's shifting. She's getting ready to pounce. Move, now. Picking a direction on instinct.
The hell?
As you land, you're buffeted by a gust of air, disturbed by the sudden motion of a massive body. The princess. In an instant, she's pounced on the spot where you would have been, her chains rattling across the floor behind her. Before you can blink, she's gone, vanishing once more into the shadows. But you still feel her gaze on you.
You're faster than you were before, but you're still meek, reactive, prey.
You whirl around to find her, and your gaze meets hers, a pair of shining eyes peering out at you from just beyond the basement stairs.
So she's cut off our escape. Shit. What do we do?
Safe.
You cannot reason your way out of this, fledgling. There's no compromise with what I am.
At least she's upfront about her intentions.
I was in to kill you because you threats. We warned. I'm starting to believe that's true.
Oh, for the love of... You've given up the game. Great. All that will do is hasten her victory.
So many useless thoughts run through your head. Thinking, thinking, thinking. You'll never hurt me if you keep thinking.
She's coiling for another strike. Be somewhere else. We're on the back foot. The back foot keeps us nimble.
It doesn't matter if it keeps us alive, if it eventually kills us. We need to take back the momentum. We need to do something.
Play dead, of course.
Barely moving out of the way before the princess surges past you with a speed that makes her practically unseen. Yes, now's our chance. Quick. And then what? We need a plan. We need to figure out a plan ahead. Act on the now. All that matters is that we stay alive.
He's right. We should survive first.
As you turn to sprint for the stairs, you feel the air. You instinctively glance behind you just in time to see the princess lunge from the shadows, more unhinged and dripping, eyes fierce and full of hunger. She is too quick to outrun, too nimble to outmaneuver, too determined to overpower. I guess that's it then, isn't it? Unfortunately for you, no. This isn't it. You are in a dark and caustic place. A thick, fibrous lining constricts around you, its slick surface impossible to grip. Your hands scrabbling uselessly at your surroundings as they compress in on you. Your lungs can barely expand in such a tiny space. Not that the humid, finite air grants you more than a few. The liquid pooling beneath you starts to seep into your skin. You itch, then sting, then burn as the acid begins its slow work.
When I killed you, I tried to leave this place, but it wouldn't let me. You belong down there, it screamed at me. The world is better off without you in it.
The flesh around you rumbles as the princess begins to move, her thundering footfalls twisting you helplessly about. Your skin protests as the corrosive liquid sloshes around you, but there will be no respite for you in sight. The burning grows stronger, and you can feel layers of you being peeled away.
But you don't belong down here. You came from somewhere else. You came from out there. So I consumed your dead heart, and I carried it in my throat, and I draped what was left of you on my back, and I threw myself against that door.
She stops, her muscles tensing around you, and through the muffling layers of her flesh, you hear the whine of straining metal. And with a pop, she lurches forward, your body lurching right along with her. Her chains. She's loose.
But even then, it denied me freedom. You cannot fool me by draping yourself in decay. I know your true nature, and it is suffering.
Gravity pulls at you as you're hefted upwards, the distant creaking of ancient wooden steps barely audible over the thudding of the princess's heart.
And then it was gone, and I was here.
What is
A
happening?
new enclosure, a nicer cage, but still a prison. I learned from my wounds. You're alive now. We can leave together.
Does that work? Could she free herself if we're alive in here?
That's
You
interesting.
really need me to give you a definitive answer for you to understand that the situation is grim. Stop her. Do something. You still have that steel claw. Tear through her before we are her. Survive. Or we could use it to make this quick for ourselves. If she needs us in order to leave, we could at least deny her that. That is a bad thing to do.
Fine, let's leave together.
Oh, can I?
The click of what you presume to be a door ripples through the layers of suffocating flesh.
That wasn't so hard.
You feel her take another massive step, and then another, and then... And then... It's gone quiet, hasn't it?
Oh, he's gone.
I guess I don't need you to be a part of me. How lucky for you. This place is cold.
I knew that I needed her here.
She's
That's
gone.
why.
And there's that mirror.
You approach the mirror.
This doesn't feel right.
Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. You've withered. Find yourself in the long quiet once again. You are at the cabin.
I am a growing chorus of shift them all into something new, and to look away is to reshape them yet again. All of me is changing, and yet the rest of me is still the same.
Everything's so strange. And I love it. I think it's time to go back.
I will be here when it is time for us to meet again.
And then it shatters. Well,
You're on a path in the woods, and
Yes,
at
we
the
can
end of
make a
that
choice.
path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here.
don't we just go? Doesn't seem so. Okay, thanks for telling me what to do.
That's the spirit.
Guess now
You
we
make
can
your-
just go to the cabin and not do anything else.
The interior of the blade is your implement. You take
I guess we'll need to go
the door to the basement creaks open,
and try new
revealing a
things.
staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lived, her voice,
Who's there?
she sounds, don't let it
Hello, I'm here
Oh, are you now?
nothing to kill you.
Why don't you come down and let me take a look at you?
Great job. You gave away the element of surprise. Good luck, hero.
Am I the hero?
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
Focus on the task at hand.
You
Sure,
weren't
sure.
kidding when you said you were here to kill me.
I haven't decided yet.
How about you drop the knife and the two of us just talk?
Look how reasonable she's being. We should just drop the blade and talk things out.
I guess that's only fair.
Don't you dare.
Roll
It's
you in
fine.
chain.
We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster. Killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us. The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an unceremonious clang.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Against your better judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess face to face. Unarmed. We'll be fine. I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her. Just make sure you don't forget about the blade on the floor. You're going to need it.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
A relationship. Are you coming on to me?
Don't jump to any weird conclusions. We're two people who have met each other. By definition, we have a relationship.
Well, that's true, I guess. I'm here because you're supposed to end the war.
Don't just tell her that.
Is that why they threw me down here? But I don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world, I think. I don't remember much about it, to be honest. I've been down here a long time.
Just how long has she been down here?
If I'm supposed to be capable of ending the world, then how did I wind up here, chained to a wall? Have they told you why I'm allegedly so dangerous?
What are you going to do if I let you out of here? And if I'm being honest, I'm more inclined to trust you, inclined to trust them.
Sooner or later, you'll understand that I have your best interests at heart. Hopefully sooner.
How sweet. Now be a pal and help me get out of here, would you? We could figure out how to deal with them after I'm free.
You think I am a dog? Perhaps. Well, I guess it is true.
You walk up to the chair. They're large and heavy.
I'm guessing you...
My doubt.
Well,
You attempt to... You make it easier.
I heard the door... Then...
Again, you cut. The blade is sharp. She's doing so much. Free from her body. How is she so...
Thank you. Now let's...
No, we won't have any of that. Wait, watch. Stop that.
I thought this was a little too...
Your body lunges forward to sink. Stop. The
Not
blade.
exactly the thing.
Move the...
You're doing your best to help me, aren't you? I can see the conflict in your eyes. I'll make this quick.
Please do.
She steps forward and pries the blade from your rigid hands.
Maybe I'll see you in another life.
And then she slits your throat with an almost clinical ease. Her face remains unchanged as she watches you collapse to the ground, blood flowing from your butchered neck.
See you
This is the end, isn't it?
in a few
Afraid it
seconds.
is. Everything goes dark, and you die. I hope it was worth it. You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a... You're here.
Well, it's already the 4th or 5th time. You can turn around and leave. I'm really curious about it.
You have already committed to my completion. You cannot go further.
Oh, I see.
A warning before you go any further. Did you just say... No, I didn't. Wait.
Septic. Septic?
Just ignore this clown and focus
Wink.
on the princess. The interior of the cabin is lesser. The only...
Prisoner it is. Here, as always.
You reach...
Not sure if
Now
it's
let's
useful
go.
to do it.
If he doesn't want us to... Good.
Take the blade,
Her
just in
voice.
Is
case.
that a visitor I hear? Please, come downstairs. It's been a while since I've had company.
I wonder what visitors she could be referring to. Were we not the first? You walk down
Oh,
the
wow.
stairs and lock eyes with the princess. She looks up at you, the heavy collar around her neck clanking loudly as she moves. The chains binding both her wrists to the far wall, joining the metallic chorus as she adjusts her hands in her lap. Should we be worried about the one around her neck? Why would you be worried about her restraints? If anything, they'll make your job easier. Have you noticed the
Can
empty
she
chain
be
on
freed?
the wall? Odd that in a place where everything seems to serve a distinct purpose, there would be something so obviously useless.
What an interesting development. Why don't you have a seat? The two of us should chat before you bury that thing in my heart.
Not sure I need to do much of anything. You see how locked up she is. We're just going to leave her here. Now, let's sit with her.
You step towards the princess, but she stops you before you get too close, holding up one shackled hand.
There's fine. I'd prefer we keep some distance until we've sorted this out.
That's reasonable. We do have a weapon. Might as
True.
well put her at ease. You do as she asks. and
Yes,
sit on
my
the floor,
princess.
Still a good distance away from her.
Thank you. Now, what are your intentions for me?
Not sure. My intentions?
Yes,
What do you
your
mean?
intentions. You have a knife. What are you going to do with it? Why are you here? There isn't a keyhole in these shackles, so I'm afraid my only way out is surgical removal.
It's a bit
Is she
hard to
forgetting
remove.
about the shackle on her neck?
Yes.
Or does she think she'd survive a beheading? You're right. Maybe she's delusional. All the more reason not to trust her. Unless she really could survive.
I really like the second voices, not the hero, but all the others, except maybe the first one that we got. Romantic one.
Though I suppose you could just be here to kill me. But I don't think that's in either of our best interests.
Yeah. What happened after I died last time?
Oh, are we talking about that? I thought we weren't going to give away the game. But sure, I'll fill you in. Nothing happened. You died. I went upstairs. I couldn't leave. I found myself in a new place in chains again. More of them. And now you're back.
Is that really all she knows?
It's not like we have much of a clue about how things work. And she's probably even more in the dark than we are.
Yeah.
You're looking at me like I might be hiding something. I'm not.
I guess it's possible she really doesn't know anything. Maybe both of us are stuck in this loop without any idea why or how.
So you've already been here. As much as I would like to remain in denial, it's no use. This has complicated things.
It's complicated things how, exactly?
How much do you know for real?
Ideally, this was supposed to be one and done. You go to the cabin, you heroically slay the princess, and in the process you save the entire world from being damned to oblivion. The situation right now, where you're getting a second shot at things, is a contingency.
A contingency for what?
For you failing, obviously. And you being here means that things are going to be a lot harder than they were. I really shouldn't say anything else, I'm just going to make it worse. Just good luck.
If you knew this could happen, why didn't you tell us? All of this is incredibly valuable information. It would have changed our actions considerably.
I needed you to be in the dark for as long as I could keep you there. It's important. Necessary, even. And maybe I wanted to be the first version of me that you met. I didn't want to be confronted by the alternative.
That's pathetic.
I never said I wasn't. I get it. It would be pretty upsetting, wouldn't it? To know that you might not be the first version of yourself. At least we can remember what happened before. Seems like we should count ourselves lucky for that.
Not so sure about that for you.
Exactly, he gets it. You're lucky, so don't waste that luck by messing it up again. Alright?
Moving on. Why is it important for us to be ignorant? How is it ever helpful to be in the dark?
The more I say, the more your mind will swim into dangerous waters. Even saying that is too much. Your success hinges on you having imperfect information. For the sake of the entire world, you need to accept that.
I won't.
Fine.
It's
We'll
true
get
that
another
it's
word
because
from
we
you
have a
on the matter.
choice. Because we have imperfect information, like he says. That's why we can make things different each time. Until now.
Yeah, sure. We'll see about that.
Just give it a rest, this isn't helping.
Focus. This is a serious situation. You shouldn't be daydreaming.
How am I supposed to get you out if you didn't notice your head is in a shackle too?
No. Like I trust you to come any closer with that knife. All you're going to do is hand it to me and watch me work.
But she would have to cut her head off, right? She can't be suggesting that.
I'm
She
curious.
certainly seems confident. Maybe she knows something we don't.
Or maybe you should consider the most likely scenario.
Though if she isn't bluffing, whatever she has planned might be for her benefit alone. There's no guarantee that what's good for her is good for us.
So, what should we do?
I don't know. I'm just spelling out our options, listing the pros and cons.
Then
That's
let me
what
help
we
you. I'll
should
start
do
with the
every time.
cons. If you're handing her your weapon, the cons are that she might use it to escape and end the entire world.
And she might use it to kill you.
How?
That doesn't sound
Whatever.
great. What about the pros?
There are none.
The pros are that we can't trust him, possibly even more than we can't trust her. Whatever she has planned could do something to mess with what he has planned. Or maybe they're both screwing us over in their own ways.
Other
I
the
don't
chain.
know, but you could always try it on. Maybe it'll fit.
I hope I don't actually have to say this, but please don't lock yourself in chains. We need you ambulatory if you're going to save the world.
Okay, I'm trusting you.
Slide it over.
No, absolutely not. I am not letting you hand your only weapon
I want to
to
see
a
what she can do.
world-ending princess. Until you...
You tried this last time. Do you want to know how it went for you?
Oh, I remember. She killed us, which, by your estimation, ended the world. Right?
Oh, or he tried to take over, buddy.
Exactly. If I were you, I wouldn't be too keen on repeating your mistake. Hell, we could even force your hand and do it ourselves. I'm not afraid of dying again. Are you?
A little. I think you got your point across. Fine. You slide the blade across the floor. The princess maintains unsettling eye contact as she reaches down to pick it up.
Thanks.
You should chill a bit.
She pulls up her hair,
What the
smiling
hell?
slightly as she raises the blade to her throat. What is she doing? She doesn't say another word as she cuts into her own neck. No!
Let's
Her
watch
eyes
this.
stare forward, unblinking, her smile unwavering as she soars through skin, veins, cartilage. At last she reaches
Can't survive
bone,
this,
the
usually.
blade grinding audibly against her vertebra as it continues to slice its way through her neck. I'll be damned. She's actually doing your job for you. Why would she do that?
Huh. So that's her play.
Killing herself?
She isn't dead yet.
Finally, you hear a snap. Her eye twitches. There's an uneasy silence. She remains motionless for a long moment, her twitching eye the only movement in the room, until at last it stops in an unsettling half-wink. Her head twists slowly to the side, flopping to her shoulder, and her neck opens. The remaining tissue is not enough to hold the weight of her severed head. It stretches and tears until finally it falls to the floor, completely free. It bounces a few times
disgusting.
before rolling to a stop.
I
at your
love
feet.
it.
Oh no, oh no, oh no, what did we do? Can we put it back? Please tell me we can put it back. The princess's eyes stare up at you. Dead. Congratulations! You saved the world.
Are you sure she's not winking at us?
Obviously not. She is thoroughly deceased. I hate this. Can we just get out of here now, please? Of course, the princess is slain and the world is saved. Whenever you're ready, you can proceed to your reward.
We should take her with us, don't you think?
I think so too.
What? No, you shouldn't do that. Why would you do that?
I can think
Oh,
of lots
no.
of reasons. A trophy, proof of our victory. Hell, we could even give her a proper burial. She did save the world,
By
right?
herself.
You don't need proof. You don't need a trophy, and she doesn't deserve a burial. Just leave.
Even after all that, you're still not satisfied, are you? Something is still motivating you to keep things the way you want them.
I'm just eager to put this all behind us and give you your reward. Stop reading into things. The danger has passed. You can relax.
I'm just keeping myself sharp. I'm not so eager to put my guard down.
I am. I'm on team, let's put this all behind us, so can we leave already? Ugh, fine. You pick up the princess's severed head, its neck stump still oozing bodily fluids, then make your way back upstairs to the first floor of the cabin.
Did you see that? I could have sworn she moved.
Moved, yes? Here.
She didn't. She's dead.
But
How are you
what
still
if she's
alive?
not?
Because we need to meet someone.
Are you listening to yourself? Do I need to explain to you why decapitation is lethal? The door to your bountiful reward is right in front of you. All you have to do is open it. You open the cabin door, ready to return to a world saved from certain doom. Only, a world saved from certain doom isn't what you find. Instead, what you find is... Wait, no, that's not right.
Well played.
Yay.
This is the end of the world, isn't it? I always thought I'd at least have time to explain myself before I had to watch it happen. It's already... Over? Is he gone?
But we're still here. Maybe it wasn't the end of the world after all. Maybe it was just the end of his.
Thanks for carrying me up here. I had to take it on faith that you would know what to do. I'm glad I was right to trust you.
Kind of felt it.
So, this is the outside. Maybe it's just my lack of body, but it's colder than I expected.
You do not get a chance to respawn, nor will you ever. It's time to leave. Emery returns.
She's gone. And there's that...
As always.
You're right. Part of me wants the truth, but something stronger is holding me.
Fear. You need to fear something. You've unraveled. I know music like that. You're at the cabin.
There's a world beyond the endless walls of the long quiet. We're supposed to be there. Do you know what we'll find out there?
You think that
are
we're real?
Nothing is an idea that dwells in the absence of something, but nothing cannot exist on its own. And because of that, nothing can't exist.
When you send me back, I'm not alone. There are voices that speaks to me. Some of them are me, but one of them is something else. I call him the narrator. He wants me to kill you. You have a narrator? Have the vessels had one?
No, their thoughts are quiet. Do you think your narrator lives in the spaces beyond? I am on the cusp of my awakening.
Believe it.
Perhaps you are on the cusp of yours.
I think I understand what's happening. No. I think it's been a long time since I started to understand.
If I did, I would already be awake.
Let's
The
go
next
back.
time I see you, each of us will finally know what we are. I will be here, waiting for you.
3, 2, 1.
You're on a path in the woods, and you're here.
Okay.
Don't mention it. It's all part of the job. You may... The blade.
Let's go without the blade this time.
Is hypnotizing. Don't.
You must...
Great job. You've given. You walk down the stairs, and I am begging you to stay.
You were joking about coming here to kill me, right? You think you could get me out of these chains? Let's talk a bit.
Okay.
Princess, I'm going to keep you locked away down here at least for a little bit. I won't kill you, but I can't just set you free. It's too risky. But if I stayed for a while and just kept you company, maybe then everyone could be happy.
That seems like a pretty good compromise.
So you weren't kidding on the stairs. I thought you were just making a bad joke. You were actually sent here to kill me?
Leaving her alive is too risky. If you don't deal with her soon, she will find a way out. So I'm the only one who liked that idea.
One way or another, I'm going to find a way out of here. It would make it easier for both of us if you'd help. But if you don't, I can promise that you'll regret that decision.
You have to make a choice. Let's hope for all our sakes it's the right one.
What do I want in the end? Got all sorts of endings.
You can't be serious.
Thank you. Thank you. You won't regret this, I promise.
You're making... No. They're large and heavy.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Maybe it's down.
Maybe they... Or
If we were
For
someone
now it's pretty similar.
easier,
I heard the door.
there's a slight...
If I could just get out of these chains.
She would... Or you won't... And you cut. The blade is sharp. No. She smart.
Think-
No. We won't have any of us the... Wait. Watch me.
What are you doing?
Okay. Bring the blade down to strike the prince. But
Can't
she's
warn
fast.
her.
She ducks to the floor. Your blade...
We could have gotten out of here together. Were you just lying to me this whole... I don't know what's come over you. But if I have to kill you, then I'll...
She pounces on you with the same... It's not... If we... As every...
Which
You're on a path in the woods.
we lost the
And
fight
at the
this
end of
time.
that path, you're hit. A warning. She will lie. Don't worry. You can trust us to get the job done. The blade is your...
Here, again.
You reach forward and rub your hand against... Where? That... The air smells of dirt and copper. It's thick and wet, as if your lungs are being coated in mud with each intake of breath. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing... Her voice skittered.
Something nasty finds itself on my stairs. I recognize that voice as easily as I recognized your nervous little footsteps.
She must have you confused. She seems friendly enough. Maybe we can talk our way out of... You can't. Unless you slay her right away, she's going to break free and end the world. There's no reasoning with what she is. Look, I'm just throwing ideas out there. I like to think out loud. I'm the kind of guy who likes a discussion. Don't we want to hear what everyone has to say before making any big decisions?
We'll see, we'll see.
Do you want to hear what everyone has to say? Or do you just want to hear yourself talk? You need to stop lingering. Your task is to slay the princess, not in... Fine. You're the boss. Thank you. You descend you can just make out the shape of the princess in the gloom.
Interesting.
She's huddled against the far
Half
wall,
beast,
her
half
eyes
human this
bright
time.
and glaring from amid the thick roots.
And there you are, one hand tucked away behind your back, gripping that sharp
That's no fair.
So, we've dropped the pretenses. Good.
She's acting
Want
like
to
the two of you
go
already
outside?
know each other. Oh, no. That's pretty sharp. How'd you figure that one out? Call it deductive reasoning. Well, you seem to be great at it. Do you remember us then? Do you remember? No, I don't. But you and the princess clearly have a shared reality, even if I'm not a part of it. I won't waste time fighting you on something that's clearly true. I'm just glad we could put all this behind us. Is it all behind us? Just focus on the task
Actually,
at hand. I don't care.
we never
if you've
tried
been
to
here before, and
slay
I don't
this
care if you
much
think
the
you'll
princess.
Go somewhere else after this.
Because
My
I don't
world is
like
on the line
this.
right now, so I'd
I'm pretty
appreciate
chill
it if
with
you would
people.
take this seriously and slay her. Let's chat her up a bit first. Maybe we can find a middle ground where don't talk to her. You're just going to make things more difficult than they have to be.
Well, I seem to remember you having a tongue.
I'm sorry about last time.
Smart. Let's apologize. Get us back on the right foot.
Oh, you're sorry. Isn't that nice? You're such a gracious little monster. Well, if you're sorry, then let me out of here. Prove it.
Okay. Not to hurt you, but clearly there's some broken trust.
You can't be serious.
Take the blame, please.
Now, hold on. We should put this to a vote. The blade is one of our most valuable assets. We can't... As do I. Abstain?
Well, I vote to give her the blade. Oh,
You
wait.
Abstain. She's going to kill us if we
I'm
give
the
it
one
to her.
who's making the choice. This is a democracy. Giving her the blade.
You're going to get everyone killed. You know that, right? But of course you do. You toss the blade at the princess's feet. She eyes it with suspicion before kneeling down to pick it up.
You're welcome.
I wouldn't have done that. Why did you?
Why wouldn't I?
You hear a clanging of metal against
What?
the dirt floor, and the
Why
chains
not?
fall from the princess's wrist. She could have gotten out of those the whole time. That sneaky little... A woman after my own heart. It's a shame we just gave her a weapon, because if I were her, I'd use it on us right now. Luckily for us, you're not her. Oh, we sure think alike, though. I can promise you that. Whatever you say next, you better make it count. She creeps forward, taking one cautious step at a time until you and she are face to face.
What do you think happens now?
We get out? Just in case. If you like someone I know, you're probably going to kill me, you're beautiful, I want to actually save you. And this feels like the only way to do it. It's up to you.
Her shoulders tense and her eyes dart
That's why I gave
away.
you the blade.
This is another trick. You're trying to sow doubt, but it's not going to work on me.
And then she buries the blade in your heart.
I'm sure there's something we can do about it.
You and the princess share a knowing look. And then she...
It's a bit funny. We're both scared.
Her shoulders tense and her eyes dart away.
This is another trick. You're trying to sow doubt.
Will you always stab me in the end?
Then she buries the blade in your heart. Oh, hey, that someone is me. And yes, you're right. That is exactly what I would do. Her shoulders tense and her eyes dart away.
You know me too well.
The princess grits her teeth, and her cunning gaze once again meets yours. And then she buries...
What should I do? The last option.
She's back, clearly
Really?
caught off guard by whatever nonsense you just said to her. I thought it was nice. Whether it's nice depends on if we meant it. We didn't mean it. Did we? If you were lying, we'd all know. But unfortunately, you weren't lying.
Oh my.
What? What do you mean by that? What kind of game are you playing?
The look of surprise that momentarily softened her features vanishes as she steals her nerves. And then she buries the blade in your heart. What? No, come on, that's not right. I told you. I told you this is what she was going to do. Glee dances across her face as you fall to the ground.
I did it. I got you. You.
The princess seems to tremble, her smile fading quickly, replaced with concern. Her nervous eyes brim with tears.
You. Tears.
Why? Why did you let me do this?
Well, because it was the only option. We were intended to do this. I wanted to do it, well, a bit more friendly-like.
But you don't have the strength
It's
to
the
respond,
fate that I had.
nor do you have the time. Everything goes dark, and you...
But free.
You're on a part. I can't believe she... I told you. Yeah, we know.
Shall never
You already
happen.
got your I told you. I just wanted to make sure that... Oh, gladly, my dear fellow, by cruelly turning on the princess in her mood. I like Jen. Well, if she hates us,
I
does
have
she?
three
It's
voices
ridiculous.
in my
Maybe
head.
you know,
Smitten,
maybe
protagonist,
in
and
which
hero.
you give one. It makes no great. Twice, sure. Wonderful. If the woods themselves are changing, then that's all the
First
more
time that we
reason
get to
to
chapter
take
3.
this seriously.
Probably we
Your
can
grip on things
actually
is
do
searing,
this
which in
each
turn
time,
likely
no?
means her influence is spreading. Someone's in the know. I've already said too much. The more information you have, you don't have to worry about me.
I'm curious
Oh, no,
about
no,
what's
you don't need
happening here.
The interior of the cabin is hardly an interior at all anymore. The burned out ruins merely suggest the shape of the structure that once stood here. The only furniture of note, we gave it to her last time. She can't still have it, can she? Well, it's not here. And if she has it, let me guess, you want to get all chummy with her.
Yay!
As far as I see it, if it's between him and her, I say we side with the one who has the weapon. It's just the smart thing to do. I wouldn't be so hasty. I'm sure the blade will turn up somewhere. She can't have it. That's not how this is supposed to work. If she does have it, that's all the more reason to put our faith in her. We've already shown her our heart. Unless her heart tells her
Unfortunately.
to stab us, which doesn't seem unlikely. So, yes, I agree. Let's make sure we get on her. You step forward and approach the scorched entryway leading to the basement, hesitating before you begin the descent. You know what you have to do. Wipe away the grit from the mirror, and beer. It went away when we touched it last time. Reach forward and wave your hand through the hollow entrance leading to the basement. What? Alas, our fine features remain. Well, seems yes, that's where everything tends to be.
Okay, let's go.
You step through the frame of scorched wood and make the stair. Their spines point courteously down towards the basement, so you're able to brush past their jagged points with ease, at least on the way down. But you don't need to think about the way back up just yet. That's a matter for after the world's been saved. These thorns are an expression of her pain. I know it. She's calling out for help. Her voice,
I don't like your voice,
worn
though.
down by pain and suspicion, hobbles up the stairs.
I can't get away from you, can I? You betray me, I kill you, and you come back. You let me kill you, and you come back. I don't know why you let me do that. I don't know what you want from me.
I don't know either. I want to figure out a way out of here for good. I don't know what I want. Never really chose to come here. I want to free you. I mean it. Just want to talk. Really talk. I guess I want to
think
free
you
you.
know how this goes. I'm down here and I can't leave. So come down and talk. It's not like I can stop you.
You continue down the basement stairs, brushing past the... You step out into what was
Oh.
once a vast open cavern, now overrun by briars and prickles and thistles. A space thick with hostile vegetation. At the heart of it all, encased in a tight weave of vines, is the princess, her bloody, trembling hands clutching a pristine blade.
Did you know this was going to happen to me? Are you here to watch me suffer? Are you here to laugh?
Oh. We're closer instantly. I'm here to laugh. What do you think will happen after you kill me? You think I wouldn't hold it against you? I can cut you free, but you'll have to give me the blade. Here to free you.
I want to trust you.
Her grip tightens on the blade.
But you're hiding something, aren't you? Why would you help me if you weren't helping yourself?
I'm the only one who yearns for freedom. As trapped as you are, I think we need to live together.
The princess clutches the blade closer to her
True.
chest.
That sounds nice. I'm so tired of the bad blood between us. But it's hard to let it go. You've hurt me.
And so did you.
Her eyes dart away from yours for a brief
so have you.
moment.
And I've also hurt you.
I guess I don't have anything left to say to you. No? Fine if you're going to be like no. Let's talk. Is there nothing I can say to change your mind? Yeah, take the blade now.
I don't know. What can either of us really say at this point? How can we trust something as hollow as words?
Well, let's take it to actions, then.
She's right. There's nothing left to say. So let's get a move on and do something before she...
We don't need words to send a message. It is through action.
You reach towards her bloodied hands, laying your palm on her trembling fingers. For a moment, she clutches it even tighter, her knuckles going white with the effort. But then the tension fades. Her grip finally loosens and she allows you to take the weapon. You carefully pull it free from the thorns, though they scrape at your skin, leaving red trickles of fresh blood all along your arms.
She trusts us.
We could have done things way
Doesn't
worse
that
than
set
this.
Your heart aflutter.
We could
Yeah,
have been
a little.
monsters.
It could just be nerves. Being this close to her does bring back unpleasant memories, but I don't know, it doesn't feel bad.
Feels we are special to have gained an ounce of trust from a maiden so guarded. Now all that remains is to free her from her bindings.
Why am I this kind?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's show her how much both of us have changed. Or, hear me out,
I like it.
we slay her. Right here, right now. She's never been so helpless, and if we don't take advantage of that, we may never get
Calm
another
down,
chance.
narrator.
That sounds like a splendid idea. You should listen to him.
I see that the line
It's 2 against 1. It's 2 against 2. You don't count. And why shouldn't he count? Because he's clearly not one of us. That doesn't matter. He's been with us the whole time. He should get a say.
So, did you mean it? Or was I a fool to hand my life to you?
Just wanting my blade back. You're on your own.
Yes, what a good idea. Let's cut her free. Oh, so you're suddenly team free her. You can't just switch sides as soon as we make a decision. I can do whatever I want, and I believe with my whole heart that this is the right course of action. Let's free this princess.
everyone deserves a chance at redemption.
That's right, what he said. We've already given him a chance at redemption. And who says I don't deserve another? I really mean it this time. I'm big enough
Yeah,
to admit
yeah.
that I'm wrong. So I want to help you all free her.
And I have no problem with that. Welcome to the team. You're one of us now.
Take the blade to the thorny vines
Yeah.
imprisoning the princess, and she flinches again as the last of the vines is cut away as...
Such a pathetic attempt at distraction and...
You're right. He can't even make it slip, can he? He's a bit of a nobody. Good thing I've been on your side. The princess falls into your arms, tears streaking down her cheeks. I can't believe you're making me describe this. I hate you.
I don't know if I hate you too.
You actually meant it. You rescued me.
I don't know anymore.
Do you see
Just
the way
hate.
she's looking at us? Kiss her.
Just
Kiss
hate
her
it, it
now
hurts.
before the moment.
No. Bit curious though. No, it's so dumb.
Can we actually do that? No, you can't. Absolutely not.
You know as well.
And we wouldn't if I were only...
Well, are you going to do...
And she
Dude.
reciprocates enthusiastically. You kiss. It's done. Are you happy now?
Come on now, this is the big moment. Ugh, fine.
Dude.
You and the princess lock eyes and stare deep into each other's souls with all the roaring emotion that comes from letting what once was hatred turn into pure, unbridled passion. Are you making fun of us? And then each of you close your eyes and kiss. Please. If history itself were not about to end, historians would document this moment for the rest of time. Musicians would write era-defining ballads, and great artists would expend entire lifetimes trying to merely
That's
capture
better.
the spark you hold right now.
Why am I doing this?
He's making fun of us.
It doesn't matter either way, but
I'm aware of my skills. But unfortunately for you, the moment
Yes.
doesn't last forever. You open your eyes, the princess smiles gently up at you.
Got an
Like you
achievement.
Damn the whole world to oblivion, I
And there's so
suppose.
much of them. Only got 17 of them. 17
nice.
out of 97.
Her hand
Still
slips
80
into
more.
yours, and the two of you rush to the basement stairs. Shameful, really, that the same thorns that so graciously allowed you down.
please. After all the trials we've...
You cut through those other vines just fine. They're only thorns. I'm not afraid of getting a few scrapes. I'm not even sure we need to do any cutting. We can just move them out of the way. What a pathetic showing, really.
A few pointy sticks can't keep us down here. We're both meant for so much more than this.
Should we cut or step into?
As you swing your blade into the thorns covering the
It's a bit
basement
dumb to
stairs, they
step into them.
yield. Both you and the princess ascend the stairs without obstacle. This is unacceptable. The second you step out of this cabin with her, the world ends. Do you hear me?
Your nightmare is we'll weave something new.
You and the princess hesitate at the cabin door. This is your last chance. We've already made our
How
decision.
many versions of the princess exist?
We're finally leaving here
We've
together,
only seen a
aren't we?
couple of them.
And all we had to do was trust each other. It wasn't easy, but I'm glad we finally could.
It's not just trust. It's some real one. I really like it.
Hands clasped, the two of you open the door and step out into a new day.
A new achievement.
Irredeemable murderers.
Turning over a new leaf.
What do we do now? Where's everything going?
It's time.
Why is it so cold?
You do not get the chance to respond, nor will you ever. It's time to leave. Memory returns.
She's gone. And there's that.
This doesn't... Yes. I fear that we won't like what we'll see. If they think it's bad, I'm with them.
What do we see this time? You are nothing at all. That isn't right. You can't be nothing. You refocus, you gaze, and then you see it. A figure, faint and veiled in shadow. Just beyond the reflection. Are you me?
I think you know.
crack slides down the center of the mirror, splitting the image on the glass in two. And then another crack forms, and another, turning the mirror into jagged shards of broken glass. So you were the narrator. I was wondering if I'd ever get to see you.
The narrator, yes. I suppose that's my job, isn't it? You needed help after all, an objective voice to guide your blade. But you were never supposed to see me. I wonder how many worlds you've damned to extinction to fall this far.
Not that much. You crow? What are you? Are you something like me? If you're not me, then what are you?
I am an echo, likely one of many. Somebody made you after all, and I'm what's left of him. Not that I'm the only one who can make that claim. I'm sure you've met many others like me.
If you made me, then what am I?
The god I made to rid the world of death.
Rid the world of death? Care about us answers? What is the princess? Do you make her too?
She is the shifting mound, the ebb and flow, the capacity to change. She is transformation, or most of it. Her nature is why I had to die, for she becomes that which others perceive her to be. But an echo can't perceive things, not in the way that people can. So I tucked a part of myself into the folds of this construct to guide you. This isn't the end just yet. You can still destroy her and save everyone. You were made to do this single task, and you will
You know that things won't just be worse if I destroy her? Why would you want to rid the world of death?
If you need to ask that question, there's nothing I can say to move you. You haven't died. You cannot die. So you cannot grasp the abject horror of dying.
So many. How am I supposed to destroy an abstract concept?
With some amount of difficulty. But you're an abstract concept yourself. It would have been preferable if you had destroyed her within the confines of the construct, but when I shaped the two of you, I made sure that you were strong enough to see things through.
Okay, what were we shaped from? Who cares about dying? Pretty sure death is good, actually. Important, even.
Of course not. The only way this construct could function was if nobody knew what it was doing. But the bones of the universe are old. It's on the cusp of its dying breath, and the people out there are consumed with thoughts of oblivion. When the patterns are wiped from the sand, when the board is reset, who will remember them? All I've done is give them a chance to live outside of the shadow of the end.
I destroy her. Would I be alone? Yeah.
Yes, you will. But it will all be worth it.
Of what?
Of course, that is by both necessity and design. This construct you're in exists in many places at once. Anytime you failed, anytime you thought yourself dead, it would restart and shunt both your consciousness and hers into another world. But you'll be awake soon, and then it won't be able to work like that anymore. Nobody alive has done anything to you. I'm all gone. But if you and the princess want to smite the rest of them for the crimes of a dead man, if you really want to be that petty, there isn't much I can do to stop you.
I'm not going to slay her, and I want you to know that before you die for good.
Well, there's no reasoning with a god, even one you've woven into existence yourself. I've said my piece, and my time is up. It's like I said, I'm just an echo, and echoes always fade away.
As the final fragment of glass shatters, you see yourself with newfound clarity. The narrator was right. You are the Long Quiet, a vast and nascent god, and it is finally time for you to wake up. All of this is you. When you arrive at the heart of things, there is no final vessel for you to bear witness to. There's nothing for you to find.
I can finally see you, and you can finally see me. It's been so long, and my heart has ached for this moment. I've missed you dearly.
I've missed you too. Do you know about the echo? Do you hear a conversation? I miss you too. It unfolds an endless cascade of smiles in response, then patiently waits for you to continue.
Every word you spoke found its way to me. I know him, and I know his construct. He was deluded by his fear of death. Pay him no mind.
I'm the Long Quiet, but I don't really know what that means.
Names are their attempts to capture that which cannot be captured. They call me the Shifting Mound, a pale imitation of what I actually am.
What happens now?
Ever the passive player, always reacting and never acting. But it's woven into your nature, isn't it? When the echo spun us from one into two, He gave you a choice and me a role to play. I am not death, but I contain it in my multitudes. So, will you attempt to destroy me and bring about a world devoid of death and the possibility of meaning? Or will you open the final doors to our liberation?
So many stories we've left unfinished. Can we really just leave?
Even as your eyes begin to open, you still hold on to the notions of is and is not, of beginning and end. Pitch black islands in the blinding light of the infinite. There is nothing to resolve, nothing restraining us but us.
Don't you have a say in all of this? Why is this all falling on me? If I let you out, the entire world ends for good. I can't do that, no. If we were always going to become this, then what was the point of me doing anything? Did it even matter what roads I walked if all of them would have led to these moments?
If you're saying that, it's because you don't yet understand. But we cannot use words alone to grasp at things that words cannot express. And you cannot rationalize with logic that which defies it. Violence and passion are dances that both of us know well. If this is what it takes to enlighten you, then so be. Thought is a vine, and some thoughts nurture thorns that bleed the soul, and endless growth that blots your vision and strangled. When I succumbed to myself, you patiently stood by me and cut the thistles that rooted in my skin. Your compassion is what freed us both, but compassion is a thing that must be nurtured, and you cannot nurture that which cannot change.
If I had known what you really were, I wouldn't have been so quick to free you. Of course I help you. I didn't want us to hate each other.
Then help me again. We are each other's liberation.
Oh no.
To question everything is to deny proof of the reality that lies in front of you. To live alone within the caverns of your mind is to trap yourself in them forever. But you did not live alone. You found me. And we held trust in each other for no reason than to believe in something that wasn't us. Cold skepticism turned to liberation, but it required a journey to blossom. Though you have blossomed, do you have no more journeys left to make? What of those in the spaces beyond? Would you erase the path ahead to hold everyone still?
Death is just a metaphor. I want to protect them. I want to keep anyone still. What's the bad matters if it always ends? I want to engage with this. I get it. There's no need for us to keep fighting. I live with you. I just don't know how. Hurry now.
And that is what I want too, to protect them from the horrors of an eternity without me. You are devoured. Pray for something bigger than you that stalks and slinks in shadows. Within, you are tightly bound and choke on heavy air as acid burns its way into your pores. A nest of things devouring within things devouring.
But even when dissolved, you gifted me a life. Perhaps it was fear that drove you. Perhaps it was compassion. But the outcome of an act matters more than its intentions. There's a
Second, please. There is a natural order to the cycle of things, sustaining things.
A world without sustenance is a
Yeah.
world without relationships. And it is our relationships that give us form and substance.
Without desire, we have no need for relationships. We will all be alone. If we had no desires, wouldn't being alone be so bad? Without desire, we have no need for relationships. We would all be alone. A world without substance is a world without relationships. And these are relationships that give us form and substance.
And it is through those desires that each of us found the other. And it is through each other that we will find our freedom.
A shiver passes through you as unseen fingers, cold as the grave, dance across your skin. They remember the violence you inflicted on them. And yet, I offer you a path to your redemption, and you take my hand in yours. You felt the pain you caused another, and you were willing to sacrifice everything you thought was you to set me free. Without sin, there is no redemption.
And I will sacrifice everything to free you again.
And yet there is nothing left for you to sacrifice, so long as you accept me with open arms. Your liver tried to stake into your body, and another, and another, and another. Do I miss your heart because I can't stand to see it go? But the stakes meant nothing to you. You had a desire, and you set that desire free. You lifting me and me lifting you. Forever and ever and ever, consumed by true
Way too
belief,
kind, I know.
there was nothing that could hold us back.
What can I do? Can't be helped. Feeling never left me.
Then there's no need for you to fight what we are. Whenever you're ready, we can leave together, hand in loving hand.
Not sure.
If you need more time to open your eyes, then I will give you all the time in the world.
As the clash between you abates, you begin to shake, your will rapidly dissolving.
Are you starting to see? Nothing is immutable. Everything that is exists only in relation to everything it isn't. There is no constant. There is no center. Open your eyes and accept what we are. We can leave this prison together.
You've done everything you can to make me understand your perspective. You keep dismissing mine. You think you can change me, then I must be able to change you.
What I offer you is not perspective. It
is truth?
Whatever you're trying to do right now, you don't have to do it alone.
Which hero are you? I have no idea how good it is to hear you.
It's good to be here. She's too many things all at once out here. If you want to get through to her, you need some way to get from all of that divine confidence. There's still a piece of me nestled close to where it all began. I can take you there. I can take you to her heart.
It's time to resume our dance.
She's relentless, isn't she? Let's make this quick. Are you ready?
Actually, what she wants is to kill everything except both of us.
Then let's go. And here we are. I'd say we were back where it all started, but I guess it's a little after that, isn't it? Do you need me to describe things? No blade it is. I'm not sure what we'll be able to do without it, but your judgment has gotten us this far. The stairs. Do you remember the first time we were here? The first time we heard her voice?
I don't know what you want for us.
She sounded just like that. Timid and gentle. Only she didn't know us. And down we go. We shouldn't keep her waiting.
There you are. You look just like you did when we first met. Let's talk for a bit. Maybe we can figure this out.
I don't want to be a god.
I don't think I want that either.
Hello? What if we just leave?
Can we actually do that? What would that even mean? Where would we go?
And hello. I've always wanted to live with you, but I didn't like being a god. I want to walk through this cabin door as we are, just you and me.
I want that too.
I think I'm gonna stay right here. Whatever you're doing right now, wherever you're going, it feels like it's for just the two of you.
What the hell? Not even related, those three. You lead and the princess follows, and together you leave the basement behind for the last time. It's quiet as you ascend, comfortable silence filling a space that used to be flooded with violence and words and noisy thought. There is an energy in the silence, electricity, the anticipation of the unknown. At the top of the stairs, Princess stalls, eyes fixed on the cabin door. You can see tension seize her. She's unsure of herself for the first time in her long and short existence. She has no part to play anymore. She knows this. Yet, she still is. And then, she crosses the room to the door outside. Follow her confident steps.
Come on, Princess. It's just a door. Sorry, I'm just a little nervous. This is really it. Whatever happens next will be completely new.
I love simple things. Neither of us knows what's going to be like out there. Are you ready? Who's going to open it? I love simple things.
I love you too.
And let's say that I'm a romanticist. What happens next? Whatever it is, you'll face it together. I shouldn't be this kind. After all, this is Halloween. How can I not be though? I hate it when I'm not. Even though I know I shouldn't be. Finish the game. The good ending doesn't count. Thank you so much for playing. As an expression of gratitude, is a track order, a special playlist just for you. If you like, take a screenshot and hide the UI by hitting H. Okay, that's enough. Well, I think that'd be it. I don't really know if you liked it, and I think we lost the theme of today. Well, that's not really important anyway. As always, yeah, it'd be alright. As always, we see each other for next time. It'd be it for this game. There's way more achievements than just this. I know. But well, not for now. I hope you had a great time, and if you did, that's great. Well, I need to sleep a bit. But yeah, I'll try to be a bit more here with you. Anyway, see you. And maybe next time, if I actually want to play again, we may take a different route, a different path that can become a real monster. Well, anyway, see you later.